Lestat here. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be profiling my Burning Abyss Phantom Knight deck. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I always enjoy interacting with you. And please consider subscribing for more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh content. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. First, we're playing triple copies of Tour Guide from the Underworld. One of our primary starters. Typically, we want to summon a level 3 monster. That way we can go in our Cherubini plays. I'll typically summon the Fiendish Rhino Warrior because when it's sent to graveyard, it allows me to send my Graph, which can special summon another Burning Abyss monster from deck. Also, while this card's on the field, it protects your Burning Abyss monsters from being destroyed by their own effects. For the Burning Abyss monsters, we're playing one copy of Alec, which is your monster effect negate, one copy of Barbar for time, one copy of Calcab, one copy of Seer for the graveyard summons, one copy of Farfa for the banish, one copy of Graph for the deck summons, one copy of Libic for the hand summons, one copy of Rubik, and one copy of Skarm for the end phase search. For the Phantom Knight monsters, we're playing triple copies of Torrent Scales. You can pitch a card from your hand to send a Phantom Knight card from deck to grave, and if a Phantom Knight monster is banished, you can revive this from the graveyard. We're playing triple copies of Silent Boots. If you control a Phantom Knight monster, you can free summon this from your hand. And while this card's in the graveyard, you can banish it to search for a Phantom Knight spell trap. We're playing one copy of Ancient Cloak. While this card's in the graveyard, you can banish it to search for any Phantom Knight card from deck to hand. One copy of Ragged Gloves. If this card's in the graveyard, you can banish it to Foolish Burial a Phantom Knight card. One copy of Stained Greaves. If you summon a Phantom Knight monster, you can free summon this from your hand and increase its level by 1. And while this card's in the graveyard, you can banish it to summon a Phantom Knight monster from your hand and increase its level by 1. It's a nice way to go into your rank 4s. We're playing one copy of Speedroar Terraton. Just a free summon that allows us to search for a Talking Togborg, and this will enable our rank 3 plays. We're playing one copy of Psychic Wielder, one copy of Psychic Tracker. If we control a level 3 monster, we can summon these monsters from our hand. I am playing a small Unchained engine, so we're playing one copy of Unchained Soul of Shavara, one copy of Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. This deck focuses on using your opponent's monsters as link material to go into your own. We're playing one copy of the Phantom Knights Rank Up Magic Launch. This helps us go into cards like Raiders Knight, which will then help us go into cards like Arc Rebellion for the OTK. We're playing one copy of Foolish Burial, one copy of Called by the Grave, one copy of Phantom Knight Fogblade to stop monster effects, one copy of Shade Brigadine. This is a level 4 trap monster to enable our rank 4 plays. We're playing 2 copies of the Crush card Virus. If my opponent stops my plays, this gives me a counter and a backup strategy to wipe out their cards. We're playing 2 copies of the Ice Dragon's Prison, a little strategy and tech that I picked up from Sir Blackson 97, so shout outs to him. And we're playing one copy of the Black Goat Lapse, my favorite trap card in the game at the moment. This prevents your opponent from using certain monsters, and while this card's in the graveyard, you can banish it to prevent your opponent from using certain monster effects. Getting into the extra deck, we're playing one copy of Dante. This card isn't necessary, but it feels wrong playing Burning Abyss without Dante, so this is my own personal preference. You can detach a material to send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard and increase Dante's attack points. If you don't like this card, you can always play Evil Swarm Nightmare, which prevents special summons. But I do like Dante. One copy of number 3, Cicadia King, which can stop monster effects. One copy of the Phantom Knight Breaksword, which can destroy cards on the field. One copy of Raiders Knight to help us go into cards like Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon for the OTK. This card is bonkers when you pull it off. We're playing one copy of Super Star Slayer Typhoon Star Crisis, one copy of SP Little Knight, generic extra deck cards that everybody should be playing at this point. One copy of Cherubini. As I mentioned earlier, this is the card that you want to summon to really kick off your combos. This allows you to send your level 3 monsters from deck to grave, and will give you an opportunity to climb into your Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche, which can set your Phantom Knight spells and traps from your deck. And not only that, every time you Xyz summon to a zone this card points to, you can pop your opponent's cards. We are playing one copy of Muckraker from the Underworld, which can revive your Fiend-type monsters. 1 copy of Unchained Soul Lord of Yama. As I mentioned before, I like using my opponent's monster as link material to go into my own. So this will set up my Unchained Soul of Rage plays, which can use an opponent's monster to help us go into cards like Unchained Abomination, which can pop multiple cards per turn. We'll play 1 copy of Moon of the Closed Heaven. If this card points to an opponent's monster, we can use it as link material to help go into our link 5s, such as Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, which can also use an opponent's monster as link material. If this card is summoned, you can negate the face-up cards your opponent controls, as well as prevent a special summon from the graveyard each turn. This concludes today's deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. I always enjoy interacting with you, and please consider subscribing for more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh content. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and upload, and until next time, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.